This is Scott Becker with the Becker Business Podcast, the Becker Private Equity Podcast. So here's the discussion. The discussion is act like you've been there before. So here's the build up to this. Act like you've been there before. So I had a golf match today. This will probably air tomorrow. And in this golf match, I played somebody who is a better golfer than me. I was playing awful through most of the match. I was so nervous, so tight, had 30 cups of coffee in the morning, recorded all my podcasts with my incredible producer this morning, and was just sort of in no mood to play a golf match. And you sort of have to act like you've been there before. So how this goes is I'm down most of the match. I finally claw back and get in front, and I'm winning the match. I'm up by 2 holes with 3 to go, and I'm getting a stroke on one of the last few holes. And so it looks as though this should essentially be in the bag, but I'm playing against a guy who's a much better golfer than me and a much more poised competitor than me, just all around better at all of this stuff. And he's been doing it for longer, just much better. Better lawyer, better person, better golfer, and more poised competitor. So, of course, I'm up 2 holes with 3 holes to go. I managed to lose the 16th hole, which I didn't really – he played a great hole. The 17th hole, I'm getting a stroke on, and I know nobody's really interested in hearing all this background and so forth, but it leads to a point. In the 17th hole, I'm getting a stroke. I, of course, screw up the hole. We tie the hole. I get a double bogey. He gets a single bogey. But to my defense, it's a 550-yard hole, playing long, tees way and back. Those are all my excuses. Whatever, I blow the hole. So all I got to do on the next hole is I'm up 1 with 1 to go. All I have to do on the next hole is tie the hole, and I win. And I figure, everybody's nervous. We're tight. Probably don't need to be in a par. Just need a bogey to tie the hole. And, of course, I managed to totally blow up the hole. 18 holes, the first hole that I completely blew up all day. So now we're tied after 18. Have to go to 19. I barely scraped by on 19 to stay tied with them. In the 20th hole, I try every which way to screw it up. I almost put a ball in the water. I finally make a putt from 15 feet away, which I haven't done that all day. I was so poor in everything. Horrible day of golfing. And it goes in. So I have a bogey. He, who's a much better golfer, a poised golfer, finally messes up on a hole. And so I win. And I am so surprised to win. This is the difference in athletic confidence and athletic greatness. I am so surprised to win that the guy I'm playing with, as gracious a person as they come, the best of the best, says to me at some point, you won. At which point I have to say, yeah, of course I know I won. And so the point is, you have to act in everything you're doing like you've been there before. I was so shell-shocked that I actually won today because I'm so bad and he's so much better. But he messed up at the right time for me. I messed up most of the right times for him. But then I won. And he was so surprised to see me win. I was so surprised to see me win that he just say to me, you won, don't you? I mean, that's how clueless I was. So the lesson for today is act like you've been there before. I'll tell a story of a tennis match years ago where I'm playing with a brilliant partner who won a state tournament in doubles. And we're just getting crushed. We're down 4-0 in the first set. And this is like, it's a long story, but it's the end of a season thing. It's a championship match. And my partner, who is brilliant and great and fantastic, says to me, we're down 4-0. And at this point, if you have my mental composure, you figure you are done. You are now lost, that things are over. We might as well just go home. Let me run out of the clubhouse as quick as I can and go get a beer down the street because I am done. And so what happens here, much to my surprise, Justin, the partner, says to me, I've sized this up. We're going to win. And I'm like, well, the only way we're going to win is if I stay out of the way. But there's no way in the world I thought that. But this goes to this concept of athletic confidence, general confidence, this poise that some people have that I don't often have. I have it in some places, but not others. And he says, we're going to win, And I'm like, of course we're not going to win. But I'm like, okay, I'll go along with that, sure. And so we do end up winning. But again, not because of me in any way, stretch, or form. I was ready to concede, full intent, and go home. But the point is, he had been there before and knew what had to be done to then win. And so I just love this concept of act like you've been there before. It's really, I get this from many places, but today was a perfect example of this. I wish more often I could act like I've been there before and not like such a rookie and such a novice, but it is what it is. This is life. Thank you for listening to the Becker Business Podcast, the Becker Private Equity Podcast, Thank you very, very much.